Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
We are creating conscious community by sharing mindful manifesting skills and transcendental music.
We are all in this
Together.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far over land and sea. A little shy and sad, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way, and while we spoke of anything, fools and kings, thus he said to me, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Ahom prema, 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 ahom We are an undeniable self, and that self is divine love. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just
is Jai Lynn.
And he's Monte.
And we're here together in the eternal present.
Yep. Big shout out to our video guy, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Whoop, whoop. Making this dream come true.
You the man.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's another day in paradise. Right?
Indeed.
Yeah, it's snow paradise.
Snow
for
paradise,
us.
yeah.
Yep. And you had some thoughts you wanted to share?
Well, I've been, this is, for me, today is day 2 of a Facebook and YouTube and news fast.
Just 2? I thought it was more than that.
No, it's day 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going on a fast for a week. No Facebook, no YouTube, no news. I'm also not looking at stocks or cryptocurrencies either. So I'm like free from all that for a week. And it's been interesting. I mean, for me, when I begin these fasts, it is evident that it's some sort of addiction, because you have the craving but there's also this element of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Once you make the decision, I'm going to do this, then there's this element of my mind just kind of relaxed a little bit, and I don't have to worry about checking my phone constantly, because it's not an option at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's true. Like I've tried to put my phone in his face because I forgot. And he just like does this thing. And then how do you react to that? I get annoyed. Like you could just look at what I'm saying.
It's true. But it just boils down to what I'm trying to do is be moderate with my screen time. As far as my mental diet is concerned. So I'm working with my mental diet. I felt like I was getting a little off balance.
Okay.
And I noticed
too many Facebook instances what's the word?
Incidences?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because really my theme on Facebook ultimately is that we just need to respect each other.
Yeah.
All of us respect everybody. And I believe that if I am able to respect others, no matter if I agree with them or disagree with them, I still respect them, ideally. And then the idea is that my mind is in the habit of respect. So bam, I'm also respecting myself.
Do you feel like it's when you do engage in these things that you're respecting, but maybe they could misunderstand? Do you feel that it is possible at all? Have you experienced that you actually are shifting anyone's perspective?
I think I've perhaps planted a few seeds.
Okay.
But in planting seeds, you just like irritate people.
Yeah.
And I haven't been a saint too. I've fallen off that. I've gotten upset and, get involved with the
vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've done my best, and I do believe it, and it's based on one of Jesus's teachings of love your enemy.
Yeah,
and I
interesting.
Which is like, if you really look at it, that is a radical philosophy.
Yeah,
radical love philosophy. And I've kind of just determined for myself, it's like, boy, I don't know if I can do that, but I can respect. And that's like a step towards love, I believe.
I actually might disagree with you here.
Yeah.
So I think about what flashed in my mind as a mother and a child, and the kid is being really naughty.
Yeah.
I think that love is actually way different than respect, because is mom really gonna respect that the kid is being naughty, or is the mom going to love their kid and redirect them?
Well, I'm saying not respect the behavior, but respect the kid. respect the kid as a soulful being who's trying to find their way and making lots of mistakes like the rest of us. Like I gotcha. Yeah.
I'm glad that I said that though, because I think that could be very, very misunderstood.
It's true. It's true.
On the love your enemy piece too, I think we've been touching on this in the Temple of the Mind, and what we came to in a discussion was that first and foremost, there's the love of the self. Love thyself, honor thyself. So loving your enemy does not mean that you unarmed, like no shield.
No.
Like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm super vulnerable.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kill me.
No.
No, that's not the point. The point is that you love the divine in them.
Yeah.
Namaste. I see the light in you. And you use caution in accordance to what you're perceiving.
Yeah.
So if you perceive danger, you have your boundaries and your shields in place, but yet you can still be confident that there is a divine in them that you're able to connect with or something like that.
Right. Well, and, I've thought about this. I've studied, the UFC guys, and it seems like the best, the elite, best of the best fighters seem to essentially, they deeply respect their opponent. Mm-hmm. And maybe there's a level of love there too. I think there is. Mm-hmm. So in other words, love doesn't mean you don't defend yourself. Love perhaps makes you a more effective defender of your boundaries and your family. Just because your mind's not clouded and you're not, your adrenaline isn't spiking and
right. That's a huge piece.
Yeah, because these fighters, these UFC fighters who go in there full of hate and anger, their adrenaline is through the roof. And when they come across these more skillful fighters who are just chill, the ones who are angry tend to wear out a lot faster. Mm-hmm. They don't move as fluidly. Mm-hmm. They come in there with like preconceived plans. Mm-hmm. You notice that, while the more loving, grounded fighters are just like flowing with it. Mm-hmm. This thing, and they're flowing with it, and they're super effective. And it's interesting.
Yeah.
Knowing that the best fighters are actually not angry. They're not rageful. They're not full of rage. They're just doing their thing.
Mm-hmm. And another image that comes to mind is just the training involved, and maybe the training, in the act of training, they're also in a chill state of working out, and then a piece that I've been working on this week is fixing my posture and really being noting that, we're as a culture getting this posture where our neck is forward. We're kind of got the eyes looking down because we're looking at our screens. Yeah. We have the hunched shoulders. They're kind of curling in. And the thing that gets me on this one is that this is a submissive posture.
Yeah. Right.
So you see a traumatized child, they have that just natural slump. Yeah. Oh, forget it. Nobody's going to listen to me, and they've got this. And now we as a culture are doing this to ourselves.
That's interesting.
By just looking at our phones. So we're creating submission.
Yeah. And there have been studies conversely show that power positioning in our bodies creates more confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's been empirically studied. So what you're saying is absolutely true.
And it's so interesting because I really don't think about it. And it's like in the past, I'm working on fixing the shoulders and stuff, but I think my head's still forward. And so then I've had people adjust me where they're tipping my chin back, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna fall backwards because they're going so far back, and it's like, is that really where it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
And I have spent my adult life, trying to figure out, how is a human supposed to stand? How is a human supposed to walk?
Mm-hmm.
What is confidence?
Right. How's a person supposed to breathe?
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, all these things, I'm glad you're bringing this up, because all these things sound so simple, but they actually take a lot of skill to really figure out.
Skill or nurturing. I feel that for someone who had a very loving home, stability, they knew that mom and dad had their back, or one parent or a grandparent, or if you get enough nurturing as a child, I think that it's natural to have a good stance.
Yeah. Or
if you're not bullied in school.
Well, and some of it's just habit too. If your parents have good posture, you probably just naturally.
Well, that's true. Posture is learned.
Yeah. Right. Because sometimes you just see somebody on the street. It's like, wow, you got great posture.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, and this is like speaking directly to those who've had hard childhoods, there's something to trying to figure out how to stand up. How am I supposed to stand? What is this relaxation thing? Yeah. What do you mean relax? What does that mean?
Yeah. And what is relaxed strength?
Yeah.
So that's a great segue. Maybe you could describe what optimal standing is like.
Well, I'm learning it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm working on this week. Okay. Chin back, chin up, back, chin up, back. What? So, I mean, this is like this
it's
internal.
The whole body too.
Right.
It's bringing the heart forward and the soft knees and.
Yep.
Right. That's my focus.
But the piece that has been fallen by the wayside for me in particular, that I don't think anyone has been able to get through my head, is to just correct the neck. And so now I'm really working on that, and I hope that it goes well.
Well, good job.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to...
It really helps my shoulders feel better.
Nice.
And it helps my tailbone feel better.
Postural awareness is a great mindfulness practice. And not many people talk about that. Mm-hmm. It's a super effective practice that we actually should be working on as much as possible.
Yes,
all of us. I mean,
yeah, it's like hard because it's like,
too.
How do you put the mic in your face if you're? I mean, there's just so much to this proper alignment thing.
For me, being off the phone.
Yeah, I bet you have a lot more.
Yeah, I'm
time to.
Well, I'm glad that I'm not like hunching over the phone as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
How can I shift that when I go back on is the question.
Yeah, finding balance. So one thing that's been going through my mind is where is neutral? So if optimal standing, if optimal posture is neutral, then if you go on your phone for 5 minutes and you're looking at stuff, you just go back to neutral. But if neutral is the phone, if neutral is the phone posture, then the aches and pains just start to compile, my shoulders hurt, my neck hurts, I have a headache. And
so what's your habitual
neutral
way of
where's your neutral
of posture? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want that to be decent, and you can like hunch for the phone for a bit, but then you come back.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Or lean in to listen closely to somebody's conversation and then come back.
Right.
I'm kind of always in the leaned in. Like, I've even looked back at some of these videos and been like, wow, my posture is bad. It's like from here down's okay, but from here up.
So from
and
your
I'm pointing
shoulders
my shoulders.
up.
From my shoulders up is like, what's going on there? Something's off. So yeah.
It's interesting. And just to tie it with the earlier thought of, respecting everybody or loving everybody. Of course, that's part of loving ourselves. But if I go into Quick Trip and I actually respect everybody deeply, I think I just naturally have better posture. If I'm leading with the heart.
You also just have good posture.
Okay.
So,
well, sometimes, not always.
And I guess what comes to mind now is the idea of humility, which I know is a big one for you. Like you really like humility, and then I struggle with that because I was raised in a strict church, and humility and meekness are the same, and humility is considered something that you're supposed to be, humble, and it's kind of a subservient.
No.
Right, but I'm just explaining that this is the message that I got as a kid, and I really I struggled with, okay, well, what is pride and what is humility, and how is it possible to get anywhere in life if I continue on this humble path of being subservient? And so now I think about this idea of respect, which does require some humility because you're giving the benefit of the doubt. But there's also, I like how we've been discussing humility because it's kind of clearing up the confusion for people like me who were raised to be humble and kind of ended up being the bullied one.
Right. Well, it gets down to what is humility.
Right.
What's a healthy form of humility?
Right.
And to me, and I've been noticing this, back in the Facebook days, is people are just lacking humility in the sense that they feel like they know the truth. And that's all there is to it. And there's no way they don't know that. It's like,
unless
whoa.
you send a link of an empirically studied something or other.
Yeah, everybody's sending links to everybody else. See, I'm right. But humility really is that place of, okay, these are my beliefs, but maybe I don't know all the variables. I mean, that's humble. It's like, maybe I don't know everything about that. So I'm just going to remain humble, but stick with my beliefs. And I may think they're wrong, but who knows? Maybe they know things that whatever, there's like this level of humility. It's not pretending like we know everything. Because, I mean, if you get down to it, we don't know that much. I mean, we don't know reality. If you look at like the physical reality, the physics of the current moment, and we're all energy and everything is who knows what.
We just know what we know.
Yeah. Right. But if we can know what we know in a humble way.
Right. Because there's always more to know.
Well, right. And if we're not humble, our minds are closed. Because then we know the truth. We don't need any more variables, yada, yada, yada. My mind is closed. And then from that closed-minded, unhumble perspective, arrogant perspective, that leads to the judgment. And I judge you. I judge all you people because I know the truth. And you don't. Therefore, I judge you as blah, blah, blah. And it's like this cycle of closed-mindedness, and humility just opens the mind. And I'm not saying, don't ever be anybody's doormat. That's not anything to do with real humility,
Right. And that's a really hard one to work with, because humility has kind of, especially in religious ways, been given this definition of being the doormat. Turn your other cheek. Yeah. Yeah, and
then as far as the religious piece goes, a lot of these, I'm assuming a lot of these people who promote humility are not being humble, because they're like, I know the truth. This is the truth. You see the truth right here. This is the truth.
Yeah.
They're not like, well, maybe this is part of the truth. And
yeah, I know. It's so funny how much contradiction there is.
Well, words just mess with us as people. We take words way too seriously,
and what just flashed in my mind is that this idea. Okay, so there's no such thing as if we want to move forward in the world, and we're going in this spiral of history repeats itself, but it's a spiral. It's not a circle.
Yeah.
So history repeats itself, but it's a different time. It's a different place. It's different people. It's different mindset. It's different collective energy. So we have this opportunity to take it in a different direction if we purposefully go in that, okay, well, we don't want to repeat history. So what did history do? Okay, let's not do that.
Yeah, and it begins with our minds.
And where I want to go with that is that we want to move forward with new leadership, and we want to, just on the idea of religion, and there's all these different spiritualities, and this is something that kind of affects me on Facebook, is there's all these groups, and there's the leader of the group, and the leader gets to post, and the leader gets to, and it's just like, okay, that's repeating history. That's repeating history. If we want to actually make a new energy, a new collective vibe, we have to find ways to co-lead, collaborate, to say, oh, you are wise too, and you have every right to say what you need to say. And you may know more than I know about this particular piece. And just like you were saying, there's this religious leadership which the spiritualities mimic, even though they don't want to, but they do just because it's learned and it's in our history, and this is the way humans are, and there's one leader, and that's not what it's about. We don't want to repeat that anymore. We have to find ways of being collective and collaborative and cooperative and lift each other up. Like, oh, you know about this. Awesome. Take the stage with that one. Instead of, hey, you're in my spotlight. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Well, you're kind of making reference to just like egomaniacs.
Well,
just kind of needing
I don't even think they know that they are, They can think that they're doing a really good job. Point being, we don't want to repeat history.
Well.
And so we want to take the humility. We want to take the clear mind, which you can get by turning all your stuff off. And we want to say, what is my piece that I bring? And how is this piece adding to the lights? Like if you imagine you're a candle, I just got an image of candles, and we each are our own candle. And if we tell all the other candles to get off stage because we want our candle to have all of the light, it could be so much brighter if we were all on the stage together. And that's, I do step forward in a leadership way. But this is how I lead. I lead in a way of saying, hey, you're good at this, and 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 let's all just stand here in a circle. And in the end, it's everyone leading in their own way. And I'm the mother hen with my wings out over everything, just going, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody share your piece. And that's a different way forward.
Well, it is. Well, what it boils down to is really respecting everybody, is what you're saying. And you see the what everybody has to offer, and you respect that.
Yeah.
And everybody respects each other, and there's a level of humility amongst everyone. I mean, if you look at like the population in Germany in 1938, people were not humble. I mean, or in 39, perhaps. They're like, oh, we follow this path because we need this extra room for the Volk, for the people, they have their philosophy and whatnot. But there was not a level of humility in there, and talk about following a leader, and everybody,
talk about repeating history.
Yeah, book burning, let's get rid of
censorship.
Let's get rid of these.
What's happening?
Alternative ideas.
Yeah,
right. So no, we don't want to repeat that. We want to get to that place where collectively we're taking a quantum leap into a new type of culture.
Yeah.
Which is It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see it happening amongst our tribe group, our friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where we all have a deep respect for each other,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and we all help each other and take our strengths, and they all blend together,
Mm-hmm.
and then bam, we're creating this energetic, new reality.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should tie up some things. So media fasting, very good idea. Taking a break.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does next week. He'll report back.
Yeah. So good so far. For sure.
Yeah. And then what other points did we go over today?
Just humility, respect.
Love your enemy. How do you do that in a good way? How do you self-reflect and find good poise with yourself? Posture, poise.
Yeah,
is that
postural
the same word?
awareness is a mindfulness practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and then lastly, don't repeat history. Does that sound like a good summary there?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I just want to share that we have Temple of the Mind on Facebook. It's a group. You can look up groups if you're just finding the Mindflow radio at this moment and want to know more. You can find us on Temple of the Mind, where we really do boost each other in wanting to hear each other's strengths and perspectives as far as spiritual growth goes. And then I just joined Locals, so find me there, Mind Sanctuary, where I'm going to be holding space for meditation and mindful skills. And of course, you can find us on our website, www.imi.earth.
Yeah. For local people, I'm going to be starting a Tai Chi class at the Commons starting the first Monday of February at 11 a.m.
Okay, but there's one thing that says 6:30.
I know, we're going to do 11.
You're going to change it? Okay, so stay tuned on that one. It might be 11 and 6:30. We'll see. And any other announcements we have? Yeah, I think that's about it. I would say if you could subscribe to us on YouTube. We're going to be going live there soon, I'm going to be guiding more meditations live. And it's so much nicer if somebody's out there receiving, because I connect with your energy and I can give you, I can lean my guidance for you. And it's just a gift I have. So if you're able, be there to tune in.
She gets in the zone.
I do. I get in the zone. And yeah, I think share with your friends.
Yep.
Let's
all be in the flow together.
Yeah.
See what we can create.
Let's grow this vibe.
Let's do it.
All right. Be well, y'all.
Just breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. Just here and now. Just breathe. Healing, growing, learning. Just breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. I see the light in you, and you see the light in me. So together we can shine, shine, shine.